got news for you. We are not there in Codesa. We are not born. We have no contracts with them. All those who are in Codesa, others are dead, others are dying. You are left with us. And Malatji as Jalo. You can see here the rumors that the youth league has died from that man of the Sheikh who is a lie. When he came here, there were 3,000. In our year, were 30,000. Now it tells you. Now there's clarity now in the country now. Who is the real leader of the youth in this country? Because there were rumors and gossips and confusion. Now society is clear on the leader of the youth, which is the ANC Youth League. And this youth league wants all the listed companies here to prove that not more than 60% of their shareholders are black people. We can't have an economy in this country that was run by white males in apartheid, 30 years later still run by white males. It can't be right that the face of poverty in this country is still black. When majority of black people are born in a country where there's minerals, we're saying 70% of raw materials must remain here in this country to revive the secondary industries. Akuna muntu ongana gold ohlala Europe ozosithenga ngegold anganayo. Igold la izomele create imisebenzi la. Why must our gold live here to go and create jobs for Europeans who don't have raw materials? We're saying that all your listed companies here, you must urgently tell them that from tomorrow when they wake up, they must go and open the factories that they've closed. Our factories have been turned into churches and informal settlement. Just next door here in Alexander, a lot of factories are turned into informal settlement because the youth are not employed. Those factories must be opened. Our minerals must go there immediately. Jobs for youth must be created. Bills for youth must be created. Now we're clear on that issue. And we're saying to President Ramaphosa, Siyazanaguwe Union Building. We told President Ramaphosa that we will go out in numbers and do door-to-door for the ANC to be voted in. But it's not on an empty check. We went to the youth of South Africa and told them that the ANC leadership led by Ramaphosa will create jobs. By its anniversary 100 years, I committed to him towards elections. Maybe he thought I was joking. That if he does not resolve the structure of the economy in this country to reflect the majority of the economy of this country, we'll mobilize the youth of all corners of this country to go and close down Union Building and install ourselves as the leaders. If by December there is no clear direction, we have resolved that I'm going to install myself as the president of this country. It is clear that we can lead better than him. We told them we want young people in corridors of power. Now, Deputy Minister Nyana we Labour. Umsebenzi wakhe ngakwenza amatiya responsibility, what they've deployed the youth. What we have demanded, 50% of ministers must be young people below the age of 35 years. Simzuia kama panyaza ufika na wati hoi. Mara uyasikoloda upanyaza. usikolota u-MEC womutsha la asimxolelanga sizolwa naye until into esiyifunayo. Because the battle is not personal. We're fighting for the youth to secure their own future. Asilu nabantu silo the youth of this country. Kunomunye minister bamnike 23 billion. Baja creating imisebenzi for skills program for 2.5 million youth towards elections. Leyo mali ihleli lapha balele phezu kwayo aba-implementi. Because of corruption, they are still fighting for who must take the tender. Who Minister of Employment and Labor.
For coming, as we announce our massive march tomorrow. One is that we have acknowledged in our statement that capital in South Africa has not been disciplined for years. They have been operating like a free-for-all. They have not been fearing anybody, and we're saying that those days are gone. As this generation, we're not a generation of apologetic leaders. As the statement says, that is the last shot. We're going to the march, to the JSE, to inform capital that if they don't respond to our demands, they will have no place to operate here in South Africa. You go to our townships, you go everywhere else. Every day it's a holiday in our townships. The youth are on the streets, unemployed, displaced, on drugs, while we have listed companies on the JSE holding on to their money, investing it in countries where they don't benefit from while they take from us. We know that a lot of those companies that are there listed on the JSE, some of them benefit from the PIC money. And those are pensioners' monies, monies of our parents, our grandparents, and everyone else. Those resources must benefit the majority of South Africans because they're the biggest contributors on the economy because the money is taken from them. Now, if they've made deals with their friends, they must know that this generation is a generation that does not negotiate with the future of this country. And we're going there 13 years later because it is the Youth League again that went there. We know that there's Mickey Mouse organizations that want to claim that the economic freedom is their agenda. It's an agenda set by the Youth League of the African National Congress. Because we've always been fearless young people who always put the interest of South African first and the youth of this country first. Now, the corruption of JSE, we're aware of it. It's part of the reasons we're going to march there because in South Africa, anything that is white, it is not corrupt, even if they steal from the poor. Anything that is black is corrupt. Now, we're telling South Africans that the biggest corruption heist is in the private sector. Those are the people that steal from the poor of the poorest every day and invest monies outside this country. Now, it is clear that when they speak about a corrupt white male, they don't even print their photos on the media. But when they speak about a corrupt black, they put them all over the media with their faces everywhere. We've been watching them. The biggest corruption heist. No one speaks about it. But if it was a corruption done by a black person in government, it will be all over the media. Now, we're telling South Africans that enough is enough. We need to join hands with everyone to resolve the problems of the private sector. On the Ekurhuleni matter, we know that part of the reasons why Makhurmeja corruption capital was at, under the EFF leadership there, Makhurmeja used to loot everything to a point where he even put bullets on his own private cars. We're aware. We're aware that the bad audit that has happened in Ekurhuleni is under the MMC of Finance of Ekurhuleni, under the Makhurmeja leadership, because if anyone wants to do business in Ekurhuleni under that leadership, they have to go and meet Makhurmeja to demand, he demands 10% from everybody else. We know it's corruption. Now, we're not going to agree, because we're cleaning up Ekurhuleni, the ACE is cleaning up Ekurhuleni, we're not going to agree that the corruption continues and the poor of the poorest are stolen from Ekurhuleni by Makhurmeja and his friends. He has a history of collapsing governments. In Tshwane, would have loved the ANC to take mayorship there. because the DA tried since 2016, they've collapsed that municipality. We don't believe that the Action SA will do any better. But if the leadership in that area feel that, but one thing that the capital city can't be an area of people who are practicing how to be leaders. It is only the ANC that can be able to do that. We don't believe that is a good decision to give the metro to Action SA, not the African National Congress. We still stand by our position as the Youth League that it's the ANC that must take mayorship in that metro and fix it and take it back to what it used to be. It's one that is glorious, which is a capital city, where townships are serviced, where there's water in Mamelodi. We know of the corruption of Mamelodi of water tankers, where water is closed on purpose, so that corrupt criminals can continue to sell water or give water to our people through tankers when they've got an infrastructure to supply them water. Now, I don't know if the mayor of Action SA will be able to do that, but let's give them a benefit of the doubt. But we still believe it's the African National Congress that can govern better in any municipality here. South Africans have learned that not voting for the ANC is a very dangerous mistake because there is no any other political party that can govern better than the African National Congress.